Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Treasure Valley Game Night presented by Mountain West Bank. We're here in beautiful Weiser, Idaho for a big 3A SRV matchup between the undefeated Weiser Wolverines, defending state champions, against the McCall-Donnelly Vandals, coming in with a record of 2-1, 0-1 in conference overall. And it should be a good one. Weiser, again, is coming in 5-0. They've had a great season so far, beating Buell, LeGrand, Grangeville, Cole Valley, last week, Payette. McCall opened up with a couple of big wins over Wood River and Nampa Christian. Their third game against Timberlake was canceled on September 9th and then lost to Fruitland last week by a score of 20-12. But both these head coaches are coming in tonight ready to rumble, and it's going to be a battle here right below the berm here in Weiser. Of course, the head coach at Weiser is Tom Harrison. They won the state championship, like I said, last year with a big win over Sugar, 34-33 in double overtime there in Holt Arena. The Vandals come in, head coach Lee Leslie, been there 8 years, done a fantastic job up there. He was in CUNA for a while. He was at Bishop Kelly, won some championships there, went to Hawaii. This guy knows how to coach and motivate players. So here you see the captains coming out to midfield. Thanks for joining us here on Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank. Also brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Co-op, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and your local Toyota dealers.
While we're waiting for that, can you find some of the cheerleaders running around and enter their raffle for that seismic cooler? If you want to free show support for those cheerleaders, raffle tickets $1 for $5.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah, we don't have a camera on the booth, but I am Paul Kingsbury alongside Will the Thrill. Happy to be here, Will. It's always fun to come to Weiser. Is this your first time in Weiser, or have you been here before to do a game?
This is my first time ever being in Weiser. I've driven through it a couple times, but that's it.
Yeah, heading up north, it's always the highway that's easy to take. And as we look at it, and in fact, Will, why don't you turn to the left a little bit? And this is really what makes Weiser so special, is this right here, and that is the berm, where the fans set up. It's a huge festival-like atmosphere out there as they line up hours before the game just to get their spot with the blankets and the coolers. I love it.
See, and really quick, one of my favorite things that I saw is actually on the top of that mountain. Just a giant W.
Yes.
I thought that was
That's pretty cool. When you hiked up there and put it there. I'm guessing it's
I want to know
big.
how to carry it.
Yeah.
And I want to know how much they got paid to do it.
I'm sure it was they just did it for free.
Then clearly they didn't get paid enough.
They did not get paid enough. But here we are, home of the Wolverines. Start of the first quarter. Weiser in their reds, kicking off to McCall-Donnelly in the whites, blue helmets. And there's the big boot by Olson. Taking it about the 10, brought to just shy of the 25. They'll call it the 23. Nice return
by Cole Burtonshaw.
Mr. Cole Burtonshaw. We know Cole. He used to live in CUNA. In fact, I texted his dad earlier and said, hey, you going to be there? He said yes. So he's over there somewhere in that sea of Vandal fans over there. Burtonshaw, just a junior. Two receivers on each side. They hand it off. They give it right to T.J. Leonard, another junior. A young team is this Vandal team. They had some seniors last year that they lost DJ Green, the all-around great athlete, Ethan Tinney, but they were out for a lot of the season with injuries. So this team is really the team that played together coming back here this year, and they're going to have another year or two. There's a lot of sophomores and freshmen on this team as well. Gain of about 1.5, so we'll call it 2nd and 8. Man in motion is Duncan. Hand it off again to Leonard. Leonard gains about another 2 yards. Maybe another, well, we'll call it 1. Yeah, there they go. Now they move it. So 3rd and 6 now. 11-10.
Yeah, right there we just saw them almost go right back to the same spot, and you saw the defense was just sitting there. They had Michael Youngberg right on that kind of edge position, just with slant, and he gets absolutely drilled right in the back. Jack Duncan was the one who caught it.
And he got just enough for a first down. So that moves the chains. Fresh set of downs for the Vandals. Lining up on the left hash in the shotgun. It's a handoff to Burtonshaw. Burtonshaw tries to get to the sideline enough. Gain of a couple. Quarterback Will Crosley, the senior.
Currently at 9:20 left on the clock in this first quarter. Takes the snap, and it's a QB keeper straight up the center, and he's going to get stood up. He's not going anywhere with that. He may have gone back to the line of scrimmage, which it looks like he did. So we're on 4th down and about a yard now. And right there, the defense was just prepared for it. They were waiting for it. They had an idea of what was going on, and that was a great coaching play to almost have a blitz right down the center of that. Lined up again, and this absolutely looks like another blitz right here. And just a tiny bit of motion from that Weiser deep there. Gets the play. 3 receivers on this near side. And he gets knocked out of bounds, and the ball kind of goes flying straight out of bounds right around the 46-yard line area. It's called incomplete. Kind of pulled it in with one hand and then got hit hard enough out of bounds to where it got knocked out. Got 3 to near, one on far side. And they choose to do a handoff straight at the middle, and he's go. It's a solid 20-yard run. And you have the guards just start pushing their guys out and push. Lined up with 3 near for Leonard. PA guys said 5, so we're going with 5. It is now 2nd and 5 with 7:20 left on the clock. This McCall-Donnelly team has taken some of this time off the clock just by running the ball and slowly making progress against this Weiser team. It looks like we have 2 on that far side, 1 on the near. Quarterback takes the snap, and he hands it off to Leonard again, going straight up the middle. And it looks like that. No, he did not get the first down. He has it about 3rd and about my width of my shoelace right there.
All right. Mind if I jump back in?
Go for it.
All right. Just so you know, we got Pocatello Shelley broadcast up.
There we go.
Everybody's broadcasting tonight, so no one is back at Idaho Sports HQ running tech, and so I drew the short straw on this one, I guess, and we're good. So it is 3rd and very, very short for McCall. They've had some big plays. They've been able to move the ball against this tough Weiser defense, all crunched in now, and we're going to have a timeout. Timeout is called by McCall-Donnelly. And they're going to hit the sideline to talk about it with 3rd and very, very short. 6:17 to go here in the first quarter of play. Again, this is Treasure Valley Game Night presented by Mountain West Bank. And we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
Dad knew how to cut a rug. And thanks to him, so did I. It's the same at Mountain West Bank. When it comes to banking, they guide me through every step. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
My name's Tyler. I'm a pharmacist and I live in Caldwell. A reason why I got vaccinated is because I wasn't just thinking about me and my health, is others around me. I'm a father, husband. I want to be there for my family. And then the other main choice is because of my parents are still alive, gratefully. They're both in their late 70s, both have major health conditions, and I wanted to protect them, so I chose to get the vaccine right away.
All right, welcome back. Just in time. There's the snap given to Burton Shaw. Goes around the left side. Gets the first down. Stays on his feet. And into the end zone he goes. And the Vandals put 6 on the board to start things off here. 6:09 on the clock. We'll call it a 20-yard touchdown run by Cole Burton Shaw.
Right about. And right there you saw, as he broke free of that line, he started having people collapse on him, especially that corner. But you saw him take that turn and started running sideways while going forward, and that causes him to create more space and get farther, and that's how he got into the end zone right there. And we have a lefty kicker.
Jackson. His kick up. And his kick is good.
And there's a red truck over there, right?
Yeah, that's a fire truck. No,
the one to the
I'm
right.
just-
No, but it looks like,
that's a big fire truck, Will.
and it looked like he almost smacked that one right in the window.
You know, it's like when you go to a baseball game and park on their street behind the backstop. You just expect it.
Yeah.
Right? I was doing the 4A state tournament with Scott Burton this year, and they're at Bishop Kelly High School, and the only place to park was like right in the danger zone. And so every foul ball that went over the top, I'm just thinking, right into my truck. Right. Luckily, I don't think it did, but I didn't find any dents. But so here we are, 7-0. There's our score. McCall-Donnelly gets on the board first here. Big SRV matchup. We're actually, Will and I are going to be back next week when Homedale comes to town. Now, Homedale, 4-1. So that next week could be one of those playing for the conference title, as we're getting, there's only 2 games after that. We're mid-season. Seems like it just started. Set to kick for the Vandals. It's Daniel Jackson again. He's the man with the foot. Back to receive for Weiser. Got Brock Spencer. Got a whole host of them. Let's see if they decide to go deeper right down the middle. And they go into right there in no man's land at the 20. It's picked up at about the 18 by Spencer. Spencer, not much as he gets to about the 23-yard line, maybe 24. And so Weiser gets their first time on offense with 6:03 on the clock, down 7-0.
And you have to applaud exactly where that placement of that ball went on that kick. He kicked it right into the spot where it's between 2 people. First off, you have to have very good practice and training for that person in front not to just turn around and go get it. But also where it was, the ball dies right there.
Right.
And so they had to run up, and then that just gives more time for the kicking team to get down.
Here we go. Under center is Enders. Handoff goes to the far side. Spencer. Brock makes a nice spin move, and flags come in from all over. A lot of times that can be a face mask coming through the middle there. Let's see what the call is by the white hat. And it's just a plain old regular hold, but it is against Weiser, so that's going to take him back. It's 5:53 here in the first, all the way down to the 10-yard line.
What is the most called penalty, do you think, in football?
Hold, without a doubt. And as the saying goes, you could call a hold on every play. If there were 11 referees out there and could watch each individual player, absolutely could happen. Andrew Enders, the senior, 6 foot, 185. Takes the snap, hands it off. Boy, he's met in the backfield immediately, and that's going to be a loss of a couple. The Vandal in on that one, number 56, with the big hit. Just grabbed his jersey. That's Jake C., the sophomore lineman.
I don't know if you saw Jake Carr, but basically he went after his guy, and his guy sidestepped, and he ended up falling. And he sat there, and as the runner tried to go, he immediately ended up just almost kicking him. And
Nice.
he just had to stop, and then he got hit.
I missed that.
And that is one of the greatest assists. It's like catching a ball in baseball when you're sitting down.
That's true. So here we go. 2nd and 22, ball on the 13. Back to pass. Down, there it is. The official from way back decides to throw the flag. Had to think about it for a while, but ended up throwing it. So now he's going to go discuss it with the officials that were close. And the white hat is doing the right thing, saying everybody come together, and let's see if he had a better angle than we did. And that's exactly what they're going to do right here. Head coach Lee Leslie comes out and says, you know, 2 guys that were right here in front didn't call it. How can the guy that was clear on the other side call it? But in his defense, he did have a clear side view of it, while the others had the back view. So they are going to call pass interference on McCall. So that'll be 15 yards.
Just making up for the hold here.
Yeah, on Paul Ations, 1-1. Just can't use it. 4:40 now in the first quarter. 7-0, the Vandals lead. Starting to cool down just a little bit. Each team just one possession. McCall had about a 6-minute long possession, ended up with a score. Wide open at the 40, and he is hit hard. Brock Spencer came into the game with 14 catches, 144 yards, and a touchdown. He comes up clutch right there, but what a great pass by Enders to get it to him. Boy, he knew he was going to get hit. He had 3 white jerseys around him. There was no other way out for him, and he held on to the football like a champ.
He looked like he got spun like a top.
Yeah. Yeah, big hit. Was first down. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 42. Clock running, 4:10 on the clock. Back to the line under center is Enders. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off, gives it to Walker. Jaden Walker gets a couple of yards, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Wolverines. Wolverines. What? I have to do it once every game where I do a Wolverine.
I figured.
Yeah.
No, he got tackled by his own teammate who threw his guy into him.
It happens. It happens. It's not like soccer where it's a self-goal, own goal. It's just it happened. And the only one that saw it or points it out is you big jerk. Yeah, just kidding.
He still got the tackle, didn't he?
He did. Clock running, 3:20, 2nd and 8. Takes a snap, turns, looks, gets drilled, ball's in the air, and it falls to the ground. One of the linemen got his hand on it, but not before Griffin Good, the senior outside linebacker, came through untouched, believe untouched, and absolutely drilled Enders on that pass. So incomplete pass, stops the clock. 3rd and 8 still.
And then Carr was the one who tried to catch that after, and it looked like me trying to catch a regular football, bobbling it everywhere and then proceeding not to.
That is what happened. That ball goes up, and everybody has to try and find it with a face mask and a helmet. Not as easy as it looks. In the shotgun, takes a snap, has a couple of receivers, goes to the left side. That's Spencer. Spencer, he's going to get the first down before he's knocked out of bounds by Daniel Jackson. Another good run by Brock Spencer.
And this McCall team is laying on hits right now. Lowering the shoulder, not being afraid to hit him going full speed.
Brock Spencer, an all-state player from last year. Of course, Brett Spencer graduated along with Willie Schertz, Riley Willett, Jesse Lockett, all all-state players. So some holes to fill for Weiser, but they seem to have done a pretty good job of it. 1st and 10 from McCall 44. In motion goes Youngberg. They hand it off. Boy, big tackling somersault put on by Kunde. Oh, sorry, Kundi. I did get pronunciations. Kundi. Unless the guy just lied to me. No, good guy. Talked to somebody from McCall.
That's one of the things. You could get lied to about pronunciations. You'll never know.
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened.
You'll never know until you get that message from the parents.
Yeah, that's right. 2.5 left in the first quarter. Anders takes the snap, fires it to the near side of the 40, caught by Scott. And Scott's pushed out of bounds, and it's going to be close to a first down. Let's see if they give it to him. And that should be a first down. Nope. The official makes him move it, so that's a very close football.
Like I said earlier, I could take off my shoestring, and I don't think I'd be able to fit it in between the ball and the chain if they brought it out.
Harrison comes over just to check it out and say, are we sure that's not a first down? Enders, they're all packed in. The rush forward, that's going to be a first down. So a gain of a half a yard, they only needed a foot. And that's what they get at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. As the massive humanity unpiles themselves off the turf. And coming up a little bit gimpy there is number 68 for Weiser. That's Tristan McMahill.
You know, with those giant piles, it is always kind of funny to see how people get off.
Yeah.
Because you'll have the ones who will just, like, completely use their arms, push off another person. Then you have the people who just start rolling.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
That's exactly right. So there's a flag before he can even get it snapped. And he had some movement. Neutral zone infraction. Moves it back 5 yards. Repeat first down, so 1st and 15 now for Weiser.
It always amazes me how many words they manage to put into false start.
Yeah. Minute and a half left. Each team has had one possession here in the first quarter. McCall's ended with a 20-yard rushing touchdown by Cole Burtonshaw. Weiser trying to match it with 1:15 to go. A little dump pass here to the near side to Michael Youngberg. And that's going to be for a loss. Unless it was incomplete. They're going to rule that incomplete, which is out of bounds. And I'm Paul Kingsbury alongside Will Kingsbury, sometimes known as Will the Thrill. No relation. Just weird that we both have the same last name.
You know, I found him on Facebook Marketplace looking.
You found me on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, so I applied, and now I just live with him. It's weird.
It's weird. Your mom won't let me kick you out. I mean, that lady.
That lady.
That's in the house, yeah. Here we go, 2nd and 15. Fakes the handoff back to pass, being rushed. Pocket breaks down. He has to run it, and he's dropped for not much of a gain at all. Just inside the 40-yard line. And that brings up a very long 3rd and 15.
And as they're running down the field, you see him kind of looking for those deep passes because it's 3rd and 15 right now. They're going to need one of those. But you have Cole Burtonshaw and Will Crossley right in that back area in almost a cover 2 type of thing where they're both covering a large area and no one's getting past them.
Right. Enders has an arm. He's thrown for over 700 yards on the season. 5 touchdowns, only been intercepted once. Let's see what he does here on 3rd down. By himself, airs it out downfield and overthrows his receiver. That was for Trey Crockett. Sorry, number 43, my bad, Caleb Grove. The 4 looked like a 1 as I'm leaning out a dirty window. Again, if you could see, in the booth, get a new perspective.
We just need to start bringing Windex with us. Just walking like, hey, where's the window?
I've actually, every time we're like this, I always think about I need Windex wipes, right? And I don't think about it again until I'm in a press box where I need to clean the windows. So big 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt. And Enders is the punter. He's just going to give it a light punt, see if he can put it there in coffin corner. Good punt, picked up at the 10. And drilled just inside the 20-yard line. And that was Burton Shaw with another run back. So 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. McCall up 7-0 on the defending champs and undefeated Weiser Wolverines on their home field. And their defense puts a stop. And they get the ball back at the 20. Arnold takes the snap, hands it off to Leonard. Leonard picks up about 40. Looks like they're going to give him 5 yards. Good run to the sideline. And that is how the first quarter will end. 1 down, 3 to go here in Weiser as the Vandals have a 7-point lead over the Wolverines. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this on IdahoSports.com.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
All right, welcome back to the second quarter. As McCall is on their own 25-yard line, 2nd and 5 to go. Looking to play spoiler on the undefeated season thus far for Weiser. Takes the snap, goes to the far side, incomplete. And that will stop the clock. Excuse me, clock continued to run. Oh, he caught it. It looked like it was incomplete. Did he not give the incomplete sign?
He gave the incomplete sign. And I was wondering why, because, I mean, I was 90% sure that he caught that one. That was Cole Burtonshaw with the 3-yard reception, by the way. And this Caldwell-Donnelly team is starting out this possession the same way that they started the last one. They're making their way downfield. They had a few third downs that they converted.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
Oh, I thought they were gonna.
There's a theme to Cheers.
Making my way downtown, moving.
No.
I thought that's where you were.
I went straight to Cheers. Yeah.
All right. I mean, that works too, I guess.
Yeah, that works too. Maddox Arnold, sophomore quarterback in, 6 foot 150. Good Weiser crowd on hand. The students right down in front of us. Hopefully you can hear them.
And then you have the rest of Weiser on that hill.
On the hill. We're getting the correct football in on this one. Making sure it's the right offensive football for McCall. The official checking it out.
I have wondered why they always bring their own.
Well, each team, they practice with them. They got the right feel. As long as they're inflated to the right specifications, they're good to go. You don't want Tom Brady out there deflating footballs, allegedly. Takes a snap, hands it off. Up the middle, nice run, gets the first down. Nice run for number 5, TJ Leonard. Having a good first half here so far, moving the football. Again, they're not getting huge chunks of yardage, but they're getting enough to keep getting first downs, moving the chain. The term is meticulously matriculating down the field.
Okay, we need to talk about you using such big words. Okay, I go to CUNA. That really says enough.
I went to New Plymouth. What does that say?
That you paid attention
Everybody
in class.
everybody here in Weiser's going, oh. Weiser was in our conference back then. Another handoff going to the right side. Leonard gets a couple of yards, as was McCall, actually. Made a lot of trips up to McCall. Picked up about half of what he needed. About second and, well, they keep moving it, and now they finally decide on a spot for the yardage marker, so 2nd and 6. 10 and a half. Go ahead.
Back when I played high school sports, yeah, we had Bora.
You still do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just don't play high school sports anymore.
Yeah. In the shotgun, takes the snap. Fires. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. And brought down inside the 30. What an interception by number 20 for Weiser. That's Michael Youngberg, the senior.
And I believe that was just kind of a miscommunication on that play right there.
Yep.
Because you had 2 people go for a kind of almost wheel route.
Zigged when he should have zagged. Either way, Michael Youngberg. Johnny on the spot. And Weiser, offense back on the field. 1st and 10 from the McCall 32. And coming around the near side, Brock Spencer, picks up a lot of yards, another 1st down, needed 10, and boy, he got all the way down to the 15-yard line. And it looks like they're going to back it up to the 16 as my math goes the opposite way. 1st and 10 from the 16 as we hit the 10-minute mark of the first half.
And I just witnessed Tristan McMahill. I believe that's the pronunciation. He pancaked someone and then proceeded to just sit.
Nice, it happens.
It was beautiful.
Another handoff. Coming to the near side. Youngberg. And the corner of the end zone is really hard to see from here. We're going to see what happened. So he gets down close to the goal line at the 5.
I have to use the computer now to find out where to go.
1st and goal from the 5 now on the right hash. Clock running. Nope, they stopped the clock. Excuse me, 9:40. Everybody packed in. Enders. Hands it off, man up the middle. Did he get in? They're going to say no, he's down just short. So they're right back up to the line, quickly back to the line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Enders under center, takes a snap. Hands it off, number 27, Maddox Stevens. 6 foot 170, bullies his way into the end zone. 9:12 on the clock, and it's 7-6. 1-point lead for the Vandals.
That interception by Jaden Walker really set up that whole process right there.
Now Youngberg got the interception, and then Walker scored the touchdown.
Okay.
PAT is good, and we got a tie ball game.
But you saw him catch that ball and immediately start running. He got an extra 10 yards right there.
Well, he got thrown after the interception.
Oh,
right?
yes, he did.
He got caught at about 3 yards in and then whipped around for about another 7 yards.
By Cole Burtonshaw, nonetheless.
That's
the one
right.
that the pass was intended for. But that right there just completely set up that touchdown-oriented
Absolutely.
possession.
So in the first quarter, each team really had one offensive possession. McCall got it back after a punt with just a few seconds left. And they were up 7-0 at the end of 1. Now, coming back into the second quarter, they start things at about their own 20-ish yard line. McCall does. Weiser gets the interception, works their way down, gets a touchdown, ties it up. 9 with 9:12 left here in the second. And now Weiser will be kicking left to right. And let's see if he tries to plant it right there in that no man's land. That's number 35, Rendon Olson. And Olson, they're going to go deep. And taking it to 7. And up the sideline he goes. No one's going to catch him. Griffin Good. A 96-yard kickoff return.
And I do not see any flags on that one.
That's the first thing you got to look for. Griffin Good went to the sideline, turned on the Jets, and nobody touched him. So that's a good job, not only by him, but also the rest of the special teams blocking their assignments and clearing that lane for him.
Well, right around this 40-yard line, you had the kicker who was going to go after him. And I believe it was Will Crossley who just completely laid out that kicker. Without a second thought, decked him and then allowed his teammate to get the touchdown.
So setting up now for the PAT. Crossley holding. Snap's good, hold is good, and the kick is up and no good by Daniel Jackson. So the score, 13-7 with 8:58 left in the first half.
And that was a very quick turn of events right there.
94-yard return.
It's not something you see all
That's
the time.
not something you see against this Weiser defense, even on special teams. They know their assignments. That's a tough one. That's going to be one that you know, Mr. Good, you put that in your journal and tell it to your grandkids.
Actually,
Griffin
first you come back, get the video from Idaho Sports, and then you can show your grandkids the video.
You know what? You can do that. You can click that little button there on your webcast player and fill out the form, and you'll receive a link in the next day or two to download the video file of this game. So you can cut out highlights like that. You can make your own DVD out of it. But if you're on desktop, it's in your upper right, and if you're on mobile, it's going to be in your bottom left. Also, make sure you it's a ways away, but stay tuned after the game. We'll award the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. So set to kick now. Daniel Jackson just missed that PAT. And those can come back and bite you if it's a close game. And there's the worm burner, the gopher killer, picked up at the 31, and dropped at the 36. So a 5-yard return. And that is where McCall will start their next offensive possession.
And right at the end of that run right there, that is something that every single coach wants to see. Every McCall-Donnelly player on that field was within arm's reach of the ball carrier. And that is something that coaches love, because that shows that you're going after the ball, so that if one guy misses, he's still going to get hit.
That's exactly right.
I've had to run in practice one too many times from one person missing and then he goes.
Right. Here we go, 8:52 here in the second quarter, and a timeout will be taken by head coach Tom Harrison. Now, always entertaining and occasionally controversial. The IdahoSports.com Prepcast cover every inch of Idaho, hosted by Brandon Bainey. Each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcast in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. And if you go to IdahoSports.com, on the homepage, we actually put up an article yesterday that's gotten a lot of hits on it. It's the top 20 teams in the state with the best point differentials, and we mixed everybody, the 1AD2s to 5A, and there's only one 5A team on it, Meridian. A few 1AD2s are in there. Check it out and see if your team's in there. Just go to the homepage and look at the point differential article to see the top 20 teams in Idaho based on point differentials. There's a handoff. Youngberg cuts it back up inside. and gets just across the 40-yard line. Michael Youngberg, senior running back. Brings up 2nd and 7. Wyatt Lathrop.
Wyatt Lathrop just decided to get a running start and then flew like a flying squirrel straight onto the top of that pile.
Hey, rookie. That was a terrible Bullwinkle impersonation. I apologize to everyone. On 2nd down, coming to the near side. Makes a break and drug out of bounds right in front of his team. That's big number 8, Brock Spencer. Gets another 1st down just across midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Vandal 43-yard line. Looks like they can put it at the 42.
Both of these teams' run games so far have been going strong.
Yeah, and neither one of these teams are going to be really pass heavy at all. They like to just pound it out on the ground. Another run right up the middle, good fake. Got about half of what they needed. And if you just look at the stats, you see that Weiser, Enders, he's got 5 passing touchdowns. And they have 15 rushing touchdowns as a team. So it's you just look at that and you can say, yeah, they run the ball. They run the ball a lot. There's another handoff. Takes right in the middle across the 40. He's got some guys to beat. Gets pushed out of bounds. Nice run for Maddox Stevens.
And it looks like this Weiser offensive line kind of kicked it up. They're getting there and they're pushing their guys to the opposite way that the runner's going and creating giant gaps for him. And that's how he's getting 10, 12 yards the past couple of runs.
You know, and if you're looking at veterans, so to speak, the bulk of seniors are on that line. There's a lot of talent that came back after that championship year on the line. There's another handoff. Boy, and just pushed out of bounds by Cooper Harvey for McCall. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9. 6.5 left here in the first half of play. 13-7's our score. Mr. Producer, if you could put the... There we go. Thank you. Steve. I never actually introduced you to Steve.
Oh, okay.
6-12. Steve.
He'll figure it out.
So 3rd and about 4. For the Wolverines, Zenders brings the play in from the sideline. Enders under center. Takes a look at the defense. Keeps it himself up the middle. It's going to be close. Let's see where the spot is. That's where the official's standing right now. It's going to be a little bit short. And so it's going to be fourth and inches for Weiser.
And with their position on the field right now, they're going to go for it. I mean, this isn't the NFL where you punt when it's 4th and inches.
Right.
It's game time.
It's game time. Who?
See that little red line? That's the red zone.
Thank you.
That's where you need to get to.
Thank you. Thank you, Will.
You're welcome. What did I tell you?
Yeah, I'm going to drop you off in Sand Hollow on the way home.
Mom will get mad.
Yeah. Clock running, 4:46. Enders under center. 2 backs behind him. Hands it off. Gives it to Stevens. Stevens on 4th. Did they get it or did McCall hold? They might have to come measure. Lee Leslie saying they didn't get it. The officials looking at it. If I'm an official, I'm bringing it out to measure no matter what. And they give it to Weiser. 1st down. Lee Leslie's going to call a timeout. So, wait, okay, the officials need to maybe talk about it here because one official said first down, and now the other official's bringing the chains out. So they are going to measure. Timeout McCall to have it measured. And I think it looks to be short. Nope. They get the kinks out. So they give Weiser the first down by about the length of a football.
So I think he held up the wrong signal at first because he thought that they were going the other way. That was confusing.
Yeah.
But first down Weiser.
First down Weiser.
That's what's important here.
Despite everything else, it is first down. 4:33 to go here, second, 13-7, and now we have the timeout taken by, and basically it's a timeout taken by head coach Lee Leslie to talk to the officials about what the heck just happened. Which, if I'm a head coach in that position, I'm asking the same thing. Can we please explain ourselves here? And he's going to talk to everybody involved, it looks like. So while he is hashing that out, we are going to take a quick break and be right back for Treasure Valley Game Night presented by Mountain West Bank.
High school sports teams are known for their unity. No matter what's happening on the field, they stick together. Players, coaches, students, parents. One big family. That's why Mountain West Bank is so proud to sponsor Idaho high school sports. Today, tomorrow, together.
All right, welcome back. So, fresh set of downs. Enders under center. 4.5 left here in the second. Little pitch, handoff, given to Spencer. And Spencer actually loses a couple of yards. He's going to make it 2nd and 12. Well, and they keep moving, so it's down to about 2nd and 11 and a half.
It's always a little bit confusing when you actually never know what it's at.
You know what? I'm just going to go with the scoreboard. 2nd and 11, ball on the 24. Clock running as we near the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Everybody packed in. Enders rolls. Has a man in the end zone. Caught. Did he break the plane? Yes, it's a touchdown. What a pass. From the 24-yard line. No, they did not call it a touchdown. He's down just short of the goal line. It looked like he fell, but maybe his knee was just short. I don't know. We're a long ways away. 3:30 to go here. And it is 1st and goal. Can't even call it one. It's inches. Enders calls his own number, falls across the goal line, and that is a touchdown. So Enders helps his own cause with 3:24 to go with a 1-yard rush.
We are all tied up at 13, and it's time for the PAT to see if Weiser's going to take the lead. Remember, McCall missed their PAT.
And that is good.
Weiser does not.
So the score, 14-13. Weiser gets their first lead of the game with 3:24 to go. We'll be back for kickoff right after this.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
All right, welcome back. 3:24 left here in the second. As Weiser gets set to kick to McCall after about a 24-yard, I guess they call it 23 and a third yard pass called just outside of the end zone, followed up by a 1-yard rushing touchdown by the quarterback Enders. And here's the kick by Olson, and it is just caught and brought down. Good field position for McCall at the 43-yard line. So McCall gets set up pretty nicely here with 3:23 left in the first half. McCall received first, so they'll be kicking to Weiser to start the second half.
I want to see one of those onside kicks that goes high like that.
Right. Nice throw by the official to the sideline. Nice tight spiral. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to see one of the linemen catch it and just try to run with it. That's it.
I've seen it, and it goes against all their coaching. It just fall down. Just fall down. And the shotgun takes the snap, hands it off. Going around the far side, that's Leonard. Leonard gets about 9 yards. Ball hits the turf. It's loose. Weiser recovered, but was it already down by contact? And still no signal. They're going to bring in the side judge, get his take. They're talking it over. And you've got a couple of head coaches that like their opinions known, so one of them is going to be very upset right now. So he's talking. Does he think anybody can hear him? No signal.
But they got moved back. Are they just deciding to replay it?
You can't, no.
You sure?
You can't just replay it. So even the crowd is completely confused by what is happening. It still says 1st and 10. You can't just pretend a play didn't happen. How are... we'll go back and talk about that one later. There's a run up the middle. Trust me, everyone in the stadium is as confused as we are and you are at home. There was no signal, and they went back and yeah, they replayed it. It was a 9-yard run by, I believe it was Leonard. And then a fumble at the end. They talked about whether it was a fumble or not and decided just to replay the down. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. 2nd and 6, ball on the 48. Arnold. That's incomplete, out of bounds. It was intended for Howder. Luke Howder, the junior. I've never seen a play just replayed.
Did they put time back on the clock, do you think?
No, they made 0 hand signals. 0. The white hat just came out and said something. He's not mic'd up. Here we go. 3rd and 6. Ball at the 48. 2.5 left in the first half. Arnold. Across the middle. Almost intercepted at the 36. Boy, just in and out of his hands. A little bit low. But Malachi Scott, the senior, would love to have that one back.
And he did have Will Crossley down the field more.
Yeah.
Wide open. But you know, that might have been just a route miscommunication.
Yes. So now the Weiser fans are just calling for a redo. You only get one mulligan per side. 2:28 left in the first half. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe Coach Leslie just called for a mulligan. So McCall is going to punt. And it's whistled. So somebody called a timeout, and they didn't blow the whistle until it was punted. So 2:23, it's 14-13, the home team up by 1. We're going to take a break, be right back on IdahoSports.com.
High school sports teams are known for their unity. No matter what's happening on the field, they stick together. Players, coaches, students.
All right, sorry, Mountain West Bank. We'll make that up to you. 2:23 left. And now McCall will punt again. Good punt by Crossley. Taking it to 21. Coming to the near side, that's Scott. Scott crossed to 30, 35, and a flag. I thought he saw him throw a flag. Yep, there it is. So a flag was thrown and returned back to the 39. Could be a block in the back. But tonight, you never know.
You know, they might just replay it.
They might. They're going to talk about it. And we might not even know because we haven't seen a lot of hand signals. There's one. And it's a hold on Weiser. And now I'll wait for a fan to yell, redo it.
Nothing.
All right. Disappointing the
Look at
Weiser fans. Disappointing.
We're here for content.
Yeah,
okay.
You got to keep that going. You know, you got to keep it going.
By the end of the night, it isn't a chance something's wrong.
Still waiting to pick up the flag. Next time they pop that Wolverine head up out of the student section, let's get a shot of that. I love a good, active, loud, crazy, raucous student section. So they get pushed way back. So at their own 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Scott under center. Okay, Will, did I say Scott?
Yep.
Yeah, you need to smack me in the head when I do that. That was Enders.
That was Brock Spencer.
Well, Enders was under center, handed it off to Brock Spencer.
Okay.
And lost a yard. So 2nd and 11 now for the Wolverines. Minute 45. Clock is running.
And the second Spencer touched that ball, he immediately got hit.
Yeah. No, that is. That is. I was right the first time. Scott under center.
No, that's Enders.
Are you kidding me?
It's Enders.
Well, the pass is complete. The dirt on the window makes it look like a 3, I swear.
Don't worry, you'll get it one of these times.
Buck 19 left here in the first half. 3rd and 3 for the Wolverines. Enders brings the play in. I'm just going to call Enders' name on every play. Enders passes to Enders.
And Enders.
And it looks like he dropped the football. It would be disastrous for Weiser with 1:12 to go. So it was recovered. Recovered by Weiser. And a timeout's called by McCall. As it'll be 4th and 4 now with a 1-yard loss. And there's a flag coming in late. I'm going to guess it's on Lee Leslie. Lee Leslie came out and was having a conversation that the white hat didn't appreciate, so a flag was thrown. So the white hat picks up his flag, comes to the near side, and
just
does not make
goes.
a call.
Okay.
So, again, we don't know.
I don't know what just happened.
I don't think, well, it was on. He threw the flag to let Coach Leslie know, didn't appreciate it. Maybe he just ended up giving him a warning. But some personnel changes for the Wolverines, like wholesale. 7 players get switched out, and they're going to have to take a timeout. Enders has to call the timeout before the punt. In a crazy first half of football, 29 seconds left. It's a 1-point lead. Well, let's take another quick break and be back for the final 30 seconds on IdahoSports.com. All right, final 29 seconds as Enders set to punt from his own 10. Back to receive is Colt Burtonshaw. Picks it up cleanly at the 40. Gets a slow start. Spin move, goes to the other side, cuts the middle. Gets across midfield, has some room to run. Caught from behind and tackled at the 40-yard line. And he was tackled by number 65, Willie Sutterth, the senior. He beats him. He's in the end zone.
I was kind of worried how that play was going to develop because you saw him cut back kind of, and he almost stopped completely with his movement back there until he let his teammates open up a hole, and then he shot that gap straight up the center, and he went 0 to 60 in about 0.2 flat.
Ended up getting 20 yards on that return. 13 seconds to go. They've got a chance here. They're in Weiser territory. They're down 1. As the marching band is set to take the field. They send Duncan in motion. Arnold goes to his right. There's a flag on the play. With 8 seconds on the clock, the flag stops the play. It is on the defense. Okay, false start on the offense. So no one bothered getting the football. So Xander Gray goes back and gets it. They haven't moved anything. Now they do. He's got short legs. They pretend they're counting it off, but really it's you don't have to do that. So 8 seconds left. Arnold rolls to his right, has the option. No, he's going to throw it downfield. And Enders absolutely leveled Burtonshaw. How that was not pass. I mean, I've always talked about pass interference where in high school it's only a 15-yard penalty. So the defense can, you'd rather give up 15 yards instead of a touchdown. And I think that is what happened there.
Except Burtonshaw just got full-on tackled.
And as far as I know, no call. And I feel bad for that side judge that is on the McCall sideline. I honestly feel bad for him. And the things that are being said about his mother right now.
And he accidentally placed it at the wrong line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Basically time for one play. Then we can get into the locker room and everybody can go get some popcorn, grab themselves a drink, and relax for the second half. We've got receivers on the right and the left. Arnold hands it off instead, gives it to Leonard. Leonard is brought down at the 40 and helped up by Michael Youngberg. Nice young man right there. So one half is thankfully in the books here in Weiser. 15-minute halftime. We'll take a break and be back. This is Treasure Valley Game Night presented by Mountain West Bank. Also want to thank Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and your local Toyota dealers. Halftime's a great opportunity for you to make these memories last a lifetime. You can own the digital game file of this game. Just click the button. Again, if you're in desktop, it's in the upper right. If you're on mobile, it's the bottom left. So as we show this great student section, we'll fade out here and take our break finally. And we'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Dad knew how to cut a rug. And thanks to him, so did I. It's the same at Mountain West Bank. When it comes to banking, they guide me through every step. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together. High school sports teams are known for their unity. No matter what's happening on the field, they stick together. Players, coaches, students, parents. One big family. That's why Mountain West Bank is so proud to sponsor Idaho high school sports. Today, tomorrow, together.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Because you already give them something money can't buy. We'll help with everything else, no matter what life holds. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
All right, we are at halftime, and here is the Weiser Wolverine Marching Band. And as you enjoy that, we'll take a look at our scoring summary. It's 14-13, Weiser with a 1-point lead. We'll tell you how we got there. First off, in the first quarter, 6:09 mark, a 20-yard rushing touchdown by Cole Burtonshaw. The PAT was good. That made it 7-0. Then in the second quarter, with 9:12 on the clock, a 1-yard rush by Jaden Walker. PAT was good. Tied it up 7-7. And then it was a kickoff return. So only a few seconds later at 8:58, so 14 seconds later, 96-yard kickoff return by Griffin Good. PAT was no good. So McCall was up 13-7 at that point. Then with 3:24 left in the first half, a 1-yard rushing touchdown by the quarterback Enders. PAT was good, made it 14-13. Right before that was a 24-yard pass complete. It looked like he caught it in the end zone. The official said he was just shy, so they replayed it. And a 24-yard touchdown reception turned into a 1-yard rushing touchdown for Enders. So at the end of the first half, it's 14-13. There's going to be a couple of things in that first half that the teams will be talking about in the locker room, but also the fans are talking about it right now. And that was first, it was McCall from about the 40, a 9-yard reception. Caught it clean, landed, and the ball came loose. So there was an apparent fumble. The officials got together, and when you can't decide for sure if there's a fumble, there wasn't a fumble. Instead, they replayed the down, went back to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. I've texted a few football officials I know. They're as bewildered as we are. They're wondering what else was at play there, but there was never a call or anything. The white hat came to midfield, spoke some words. He's not mic'd up, and that was it. Then late in the second half, a long pass downfield, just a few seconds left. Cole Burtonshaw mugged by Enders, and a pass interference call, not called.
He got full-on tackled right around the 30-20 yard
keep in
line.
mind, we're not rooting for anybody here.
No, absolutely
We're
not.
just saying what happened on the field is facts. So, like I said, I came from New Plymouth, right?
I came from CUNA.
We played both these teams, so there was no love for any of them, right? Everybody hated New Plymouth equally.
CUNA hates New Plymouth.
We don't even know why.
We don't even know why.
We don't even know why.
Whenever someone mentions New Plymouth, it's always meant,
CUNA,
man, I hate those
years
guys.
and years ago, they were in the SRP. Years and years ago. So they were in the same.
Is that when
conference.
you rode dinosaurs to school?
No, that was before. That might have been
When you rode dinosaurs to school.
when I was in high school. I can't remember right, but yeah, it was a while back. It was a couple minutes ago. But this is Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank, as we are still watching the. Oh yeah, that's the Star Trek theme. I like it. You see a cheerleader out there playing trombone. Nice. 2 cheerleaders and a cheerleader playing saxophone here in the upper left. Multi-sport athletes. It's all right. When the athletic director comes in the press box, everything goes on hold, right? We're his guests. So Tyler Grant, want to thank him for allowing us to be here tonight. Love coming to Weiser. As I said, we'll be back next week when Weiser takes on Homedale. And that, we're going to get here early so we can get a parking spot that's not a block and a half away. Got to get here early. Of course, when I go ask my camera guy and producer if he's ready to go and he's asleep on the couch, it doesn't let us beat rush hour traffic from CUNA to Weiser.
We still got here. We got all set up. I think we got here at the perfect time.
We did.
Just not perfect enough to get a good parking spot.
Get my steps in on the way out, for sure. So again, 14-13, 1 point lead for Weiser. A good football game here so far here at Weiser. And I don't think I've been here, and it hasn't been a good game. It's nice that they always do that for us.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
You say, hey, listen, Idaho Sports guys are here. Let's have a nice, close game here tonight.
Let's pick it up tonight.
Yes.
They actually tell the other team that as well.
Yeah, and it's nice that they oblige.
Exactly.
It's nice that they oblige.
This may be the best that a team's ever played, and it's for us. I hope you know that.
It's all about us.
Exactly.
It always is, right?
The world revolves around IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I wish. So, head coach Tom Harrison, we come out with our football previews every summer, and this year was no exception. We send a questionnaire out to all the coaches, then we write a preview based on what we get back. And one thing Coach Harrison said was one of the incoming impact player was going to be Andy Enders at quarterback, defensive back, and boy howdy, he was right. He's a huge, integral part not only of this offense, but also on the defense, as we saw on one of the last plays of the first half. Punts, kind of does everything for these Wolverines. Of course, you've got Brock Spencer, he was all-state. Youngberg was all-conference. McMahill was all-conference. So, a lot of good players coming up. But as we mentioned, they're still got a lot of youth. Still got a lot of youth on this Weiser team. A lot of sophomores, juniors coming up through the ranks. And for McCall, they did lose a few of their good players, DJ Green, Ethan Tinney. But as we mentioned, they were injured for a lot of the season. So these guys played without them. So it gave the other guys a chance to really mature in the game of football heading into this year, which was nice. Of course, this is Leslie's 8th season, 40 years overall, 40 years coaching the game of football. And that's just impressive. But on the other side, Tom Harrison, this is also his 40th year coaching football. Of course, Tom Harrison was at Pocatello, Snake River before that. Field at Snake River is named after him. So, he's made an impact wherever he's been. And so it's, just two legends here coaching against each other tonight, doing battle. And it seems only appropriate. It's a 1-point game at halftime. This SRV battle that maybe some people looked at coming in and thought, you know what, Weiser 5-0, McCall coming in 2-1, 0-1 in conference. Maybe it's not going to be much of a game. Maybe Weiser is just going to take off early and kind of run away with it. McCall hasn't let that happen. Their defense has come in, and it's been very strong. Burton Shaw has done a great job on his feet. Quarterback Maddox Arnold has done a great job coming in. Daniel Jackson, TJ Leonard. Of course, Griffin Good with a 96-yard touchdown on the kickoff return. It helped, right? Running 96 yards, and it was right up the sideline. So you've got 11 guys on the field plus the sideline working against you, and he was absolutely blazing up that sideline, Will.
And that's one of the things, yeah. That's where you kind of see those defenders that we're saying has been stopping this Weiser offense from marching down the field. Those are the same guys that let that touchdown go. You had Will Crossley, one of the DBs for McCall, and he laid a hit on someone, and that allowed his teammate to get up that sideline and immediately just had a wide open field for him.
Yep. Yeah, Good just took advantage of what he got. Now you see out on the field Adam Rushton practicing kickoffs.
I always wished I could have been a kicker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten a concussion, Dad.
You hope not. And if they did give you a concussion, it was a penalty.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a small price to pay for 15 yards.
Yeah, something.
I miss 15 brain cells. We get 15 yards.
Yep.
I think that's an even trade.
Will's athletic career was cut short due to multiple concussions.
And some people say that I'm just dumb, but, I mean...
You should have seen him before the concussions. All right. So they put 3 minutes back on. It was already a 15-minute halftime. Wonderful halftime show put on by the marching band. So with 2 minutes left, we're going to take another quick break. I'm going to get a drink. Let me clear my throat, and we'll be back right after this on IdahoSports.com.
My name's Tyler. I'm a pharmacist, and I live in Caldwell. A reason why I got vaccinated is because I wasn't just thinking about me and my health, is others around me. I'm a father, husband. I want to be there for my family. And then the other main choice is because of my parents are still alive, gratefully. They're both in their late 70s, both have major health conditions, and I wanted to protect them, so I chose to get the vaccine right away.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here.
Dad knew how to cut a rug. And thanks to him, so did I. It's the same at Mountain West Bank. When it comes to banking, they guide me through every step. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
All right, welcome back. We just realized we had Grizzlies on the screen when we first started the game. I did the Emotion Bowl last week in Idaho Falls, the Skyline Grizzlies, and apparently that was an oops that kind of got through. What's up?
You don't need to see. It's all right. But if you guys want to see if you guys are interested in one of the best rivalries in high school across the country, go check out the Emotion Bowl. We did posts on Instagram, brought to you by yours truly.
You're plugging yourself. I like it.
I'm plugging Idaho Sports, aren't I?
Self-promotion.
Hey, the more likes we get.
That's true. If you go to our Instagram, at Idaho Sports, we actually have a, what do you call it?
Reel?
Well, there is a reel, but
Instagram post?
we put all of the Instagram stories into one
highlight. There you
Thank
go.
As the kids say.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I don't know what the kids say. I live on a farm.
Yeah, well, there is that. Yeah, make sure you follow us on social media. We got Instagram at Idaho Sports, Facebook /Idaho Sports, Twitter at Idaho Sports, and our YouTube channel, all spelled out, IdahoSports.com, D-O-T.com. Had to.
Wait, so the YouTube page is IdahoSports.com.
Yes. Idaho Sports was, anyway, it's a long story.
All right. You know, it works.
Well, I'll tell you what works, Will, and that is the start of the second half.
And boy, am I excited for this one. 14-13 going into the third quarter right now. Vandals ready to kick off.
And Weiser set to receive up a point here in the second half of play. And Duncan with the boot. It's taken at the 15. Gets behind the wedge. Fights through. Gets across the 35-yard line. And that definitely was Malachi Scott, the senior. And Weiser will start things off at their own 36-yard line. Good field position for the Wolverines.
And right now, both these teams have a very strong run game. As you said earlier, we aren't going to see them go to the air as much.
And if we do, you're going to see a few, we've seen a few long passes that didn't really pan out. There's a lot of quick short passes. But they, 60-70% are the run. And a good stout defense doesn't allow Groves much of anything.
Good job right there by Crossley. Crossley was not as big as the runner right there, but he stood his ground and he just moved his feet and he kept him in one place, kind of moved him towards the sideline until he could get some help from other teammates.
Yeah, this is a big, stout defensive line for McCall. In the shotgun is Enders. Two receivers on each side. Quick pass to the sideline given to Walker. Walker breaks free, gets the first down. Pushed out of bounds just inside the 50-yard line. But he's able to pick up the first down and a little bit more. Moves to chains for Weiser. 11-12 here in the third quarter.
And as we just said, those quick short passes are going to work out perfectly, because a few of the passes that we've seen have just been going deep. But the second you get one of those little curl routes and the defender just keeps going because he thinks that you're going to keep going, that's an easy another 5-10 yards like you just got.
Enders under center this time, 3 guys in the backfield behind him. Turns, hands it off, coming to the near side. That's Spencer, and Spencer inside the 45. Brock Spencer gets knocked down.
And Walker with a big hit right there.
But he gets up again. You're never going to keep him down.
Absolutely not. And that's what you need out of the pulling guards. You need them to hit, get right back up, and be ready to do it again.
10:40, clock running. Scott on the near side. Enders under center. Keeps it himself. Shoots to gap. Gets to the 40. And finally brought down. And it looks like he's going to get the first down. We'll see. And in on the tackle, a few guys. We'll name number 53, Cooper Harvey. 56, Jake C., among others. I think Cole Burtonshaw might have snuck in there. And they do give him the first down. So another fresh set of downs for the Wolverines as they kind of, two very similar offenses where we don't really go for the big play. Last year, they were able to go big, quite a few big plays. Now it's just, let's just take small bites out of the apple, and eventually we'll get into the fruit basket in the end zone.
Why don't you just get to the core of the apple?
No, you get to the fruit basket, Will.
All right.
9:50, third quarter. Enders under center again. Hands it off this time, gives it to Grove. And Grove is able to pick up a couple.
And you see this McCall team, anytime that someone runs, you see the first guy who hits him, he'll wrap him up. The second guy to hit him immediately starts ripping at that ball.
Yes, try and get turnovers.
And they're really, really liking this three-person backfield right now, and it's working.
Handoff goes to the left gap. That's Maddox Stevens this time. So excited I dropped my pen. Clock continues to run, 8:40. Enders comes to the sideline, gets to play. Goes halfway. Double checks. Now he heads back.
Hey, it's always good to double check instead of getting the play wrong and getting yelled at.
Clock continues to run. We're at 8:20 now. Under center. Going with this set. 4 times in a row. Youngberg. Then a double reverse coming back the other way. That's Scott. And he gets pushed out of bounds by Good. That's going to be short of the goal line as I'm trying to see. It looks like it's inside the 5 at about the 4. So first and goal from the 4-yard line for Weiser.
And that is where you see those 40 years of experience as a coach come in.
Yeah.
He kept running the same formation, almost same exact play going up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. And then out of nowhere, he switches it to a reverse. And now he has a 5-on-2.
Yep. And he has so many weapons back there. Even though it's the same set, you've got so many options back there to give it to, including a quarterback himself. There's a handoff. Coming to the near side, lowers his shoulder, dives to the end zone. But what a defensive stop by number 53 for McCall. Cooper Harvey saves the touchdown as he dove into the air. And it was actually very reminiscent last year in the championship game when Sugar Salem was going into the end zone, and the stop was made by Weiser just like that. There's a touchdown from 1 yard out. Number 27, Maddox Stevens, with a 1-yard touchdown.
even if they score, even if they do convert this extra point, yes, and it looks like it's just going to be a field goal, a PAT.
PAT is up, and PAT is good. Excuse me, it went wide left. It looked good from here. Sorry, Will, but the officials say it's no good. So 20-13, now Weiser misses a PAT.
And this is still a perfectly one-possession game right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what you'd like to see. A ton of people thought coming into this game, you know, as you said at halftime, Weiser's going to run with it. That's just how it's going to be. Weiser is 4-0 right now. Conference.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just
1-0 conference, 5-0 overall.
And if you look at the scores, you got 24-0, 13-8 against LeGrand. That's their closest one. 50-14, 49-0, 28-0. They've been running through teams left and right. And then you have McCall-Donnelly coming in. And next thing that you know, they're standing them up right now at 20-13.
Yeah.
They're putting on a show. The other game that they lost was to Fruitland, 12-20.
They've played 5 games. They've only allowed 2 teams to score. In LeGrand, they only allowed a touchdown. So that's a good defensive team right there. Burton Shaw is back to receive. There's the kick. And Burton Shaw will take it from the 10. Goes up the right side and gets taken down inside the 30. So Burton Shaw doesn't really take off at a dead run. He kind of jogs looking for a hole to open up. And a lot can be said for that. Some coaches really like, you know what, just run. Put your head down, try and break through the tackles. He's more of a finesse return man. Tries to find the open lanes and take them. And this one brought him back to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vandals. Down 20-13, 7:13 to go in the third quarter. Arnold in the shotgun. Hands it off, and he's met in the backfield immediately by number 61, Trenton Hawker, the senior, with a 2-yard loss. Oof. That guy went through everybody. 5'10", 200 pounds. He came in like a wrecking ball. What you got, Padawan?
I was just going to say, there's no stopping that. I mean, just based on the line size difference, there is zero way that you're going to stop that right there if he gets even a slightly running start.
You see him on that left side of the line. He's excited. Burton Shaw gets it, and there he is again. He's heating up if you're playing NBA Jams. Again, number 61, Trenton Hawker.
That game right there depicts this perfectly. You start going and going and going, start heating up, start getting better, and it's a real thing. Like basketball, once you start making shots, you can't miss. Football, you start making plays, all of a sudden, you have a highlight reel from a single game. That's just how it is. And he has 2 more highlights to put in his college huddle. Is that what they use?
3rd and 19 from the 20. Pass down the sideline, boy. And it gets fired into the sideline. Incomplete. That brings up 4th and 19. All thanks to Mr. Hawker. And he's coming off the field. Kid's in beast mode here. As McCall will have to punt from their own 20-yard line. Cole got it to the 29. And the Weiser defense said, And a short punt lands at the 42 and dies right at midfield. So Weiser gets good field position again, just inside midfield. 1st and 10, 5:55 left here in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. Treasure Valley game night. I mean, this is the outer reaches of what would be considered the Treasure Valley as well, out here in Weiser. but it still falls under the canopy of Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank. Enders under center, takes the snap, hands it off. He gives it to Stevens. Maddox Stevens, the last man to score about 2 minutes ago, had a 1-yard run, made it 20-13. PAT was no good if you're just joining us. And if you're just joining us, well, you missed a heck of a first half. You have to go back and watch the archive.
Maybe you can make a highlight of it.
If you buy the video download, you can do that. Just click the button right there on your webcast player. Enders under center, 2nd and 4, ball at the 43. Turns, hands it off, pushes through everybody. First down and more for number 43, Caleb Grove. Having a heck of a second half here.
And as we said before, both these teams, they were doing running, but they were also stopping each other after 4 or 5 yards.
Right.
Weiser has gotten into his groove. It's found what's working, and they're going to keep going. What McCall needs to do here is finally find out how to stop it, because they've done the same play formation the last 2 drives.
Well, you just don't know which guy it's going to go to, right? Enders under center. Hands it off. Another good run, but boy, good block in the backfield. But another nice run by Stevens. And Stevens will take a well-earned breather on the sideline. 4.5 left here in the third. Clock is running. Grove directly behind Enders. Youngberg to his right. Spencer to his left. They give it right back to Grove. And this time, Grove is stood up, gains about maybe a yard. So that brings up 3rd and 3 as we near the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. McCall has been back and forth between 3A and 4A over the last 7-8 years. Won a championship in the 3As, then went back to 4, then came back to 3. 3:45 to go in the third. Here's Stevens again. Gets it close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be a little short. So it should be 4th. Oh, no, they're going to give it to him. All right. The official coming in late saying, yeah, it's a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Ball on the 24-yard line. 3:15 to go on the clock. Grove right behind Enders again. Spencer to his left. They give it to Youngberg this time. Youngberg shoots the left gap. Nice spin move to break free. And first man in on the tackle was Griffin Good, then helped by Burton Shaw, as well as number 6, Will Crosley. But what a great run by Youngberg. You know, he's going to come off and have a rest as well. 2:45. It's now 2nd and 3. Ball on the 16.
And here's the reason that that offensive stance is so powerful and so hard to figure out. We saw them throw out of it. We saw them do a reverse. We saw them do a pitch. And we've seen them consistently go up the middle and get yards with multiple blockers.
Right. Again, Grove. As the whistle blows it dead, a timeout taken by McCall. As it's 2nd and 3. Ball on the 16. 2:20 to go in the third. 7-point game here as Weiser leads 20-13. And we will take a timeout as well. We'll be back on IdahoSports.com.
Dear gas prices, Toyota's hybrid lineup says, go take a hike, because we bring efficiency with power and savings with style. Think you can stand in our way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go play.
High school sports teams are known for their unity. No matter what's happening on the field, they stick together. Players, coaches, students, parents. One big family. That's why Mountain West Bank is so proud to sponsor Idaho high school sports. Today, tomorrow, together.
All right, welcome back to Weiser, where it's 20-13. It's second and we're going to call it 2. They say 3, but I think it's closer to 2. Enders under center. Up the middle, gave it to Grove. Grove takes it down all the way inside the 5. It will be first and goal for the Wolverines. Ball on the 4-yard line as we hit the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. I say give it back to Grove and let him finish the job. And that's exactly what they do. Grove in for the touchdown. 4 yards out. Caleb Grove, the junior, with $1:45 left in the third, puts it in from 4 yards out. Lined up for the PAT. It's up, and I'm not going to guess this time. I'm going to wait. It is good. So Weiser takes a 27-13 lead.
And they did that entire possession with the same offensive stance.
Yeah.
And it's because it's working.
It's working.
You keep what works and you run with it. If you're the Caldwell defensive coach, what do you think he's telling his team right now?
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, they had a great first half on defense. They got blown up on that one series by Hawker, and that's really where the momentum shifted right back to Weiser. And momentum's a big thing. It's real. And so once that momentum got on their side, they believed they were unstoppable, and so they were.
And so, with that being said, this drive for McCall can be absolutely huge in getting their momentum back right here. You got Good and Burtonshaw at the back ready to receive this kick. It's deep.
Yeah, Burtonshaw just lets it go. That's going to be a touchback. So they'll bring it out for the 20. Minute 45 to go. Braden Walker, Andrew Enders, Maddox Stevens, and Caleb Grove. 4 players, 4 touchdowns.
That's what you like to see.
All having great games. Under center, turns, hands it off. Almost tripped up. Burtonshaw cuts to the sideline and ripped out of bounds. Good, tough run for Burtonshaw. Picks up half of what he needs. Maybe a little bit more. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. They might even make it 3. We'll see what they do. Looks closer to short 4, long 3. But it is on the 26-yard line. Minute 37 to go. Clock stopped after being taken out of bounds. So McCall scored their second touchdown with about 9 minutes left in the second, and that's where their offense stopped. And on that play, T.J. Leonard was stopped with about 2 or 3 yard gain, makes it 3rd and 1. Minute 20 to go here in the third.
And right here is a massive play for Caldwell, because this can determine whether
it's McCall.
McCall.
I didn't mean to correct you on air, but.
And this could give them their momentum back, or it could ruin everything.
Oh, you're absolutely right. With those 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, they handed off, hoping to thin out the defense. They didn't buy. They didn't buy it for 1 second. coming through there, I think on the tackle was Braden Phillips, the junior linebacker. So take him back a yard. It's 4th and 2 now. And let's see if McCall, and they look like they're going to punt. 35 seconds to go in the third. There's the punt. Little wobbler, lands at the 48. Doesn't get much of a roll after the fact. And it's just picked up by Peyton Esplin. You know, I think his dad is Ben Esplin, who was an assistant coach. And if it's the same Ben Esplin, he is from New Plymouth as well. He's good friends with his brother, Arthur. Such good friends, I haven't talked to him in 30 years. My 30-year reunion this year. Can you believe that? I've been out of high school for 30 years.
I can believe it.
It seems like 8. Man, I still look like it's been
30 years.
30 years, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. All right, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 16 seconds is what they've got left here in the third. Under center, Enders turns. Looking to pass, he has had a man open downfield. Instead, gives the short pass, gives it up to Spencer, and Spencer able to pick up a couple of yards. But boy, downfield, Malachi Scott, he actually got the step on Burtonshaw. And as Scott comes back, kind of bumps into a couple players. But a timeout? Nope. 4th quarter, that's how it ends. 3rd quarter. I'm not caffeinated enough, Will. So we'll take a break. I'll put this caffeine IV back into me. We'll have a great 4th quarter. We'll be back on IdahoSports.com right after this.
High school sports teams are.
All right, welcome back for the 4th and final period of play here at Weiser. This SRV matchup. It's number 1 versus number 5. Weiser looking to keep their unbeaten streak alive. They're 5-0 right now, hoping to be 6-0 in about 12 minutes of playtime. Enders back to pass, has a man open way downfield, and it's caught at the 21, brought down into the end zone. And that is going to be a 53-yard touchdown pass. Enders to Spencer. Nine seconds in. We're setting up for the PAT. It's up and it is good. And as Spencer was running, you actually saw him hitch up. He thought it was too far. And then said, oh, wait a minute, I think I can get this. And caught it, ran it in for the touchdown, making it 34-13.
Well, the problem was that the defender also thought that. But you had Spencer, who kept going. The defender just kind of slowed down almost to a walk and then was like, oh, wait, I think Spencer's going to catch it.
So the 5th Wolverine to score. Makes it 34-13. 11:51 on the clock. Weiser led by 1 at halftime, 14-13. Last time McCall was able to get into the end zone, it was a 96-yard kickoff return by Griffin Good. 9 minutes in the second. So there's the kick. Burtonshaw trying to find that gap. Runs into his own player, comes to the near side, almost tripped up, breaks free. Cross to 40, finds another hole, cross midfield, Back inside and finally brought down at the 41-yard line. Brought down by number 10, Xander Gray. Just a sophomore. But finally, a Wolverine able to bring him down. And again, Burtonshaw not going full speed, taking the finesse route instead. Got him all the way to the opposite 40. Burtonshaw, just a junior. So head coach Lee Leslie pretty happy to have him around for another year. You know, Will Crossley way out there up top on the near side. Lathrop, 11:39. Arnold, ball's up in the air. Burtonshaw catches the tip.
Gets right around the line of scrimmage.
$11:22 to go. The sideline and back comes Arnold. 2nd and 10. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Once again, you send Crossley and Duncan to the left side. You've got Lathrop and Burtonshaw on the slot. Back to pass is Arnold. Arnold across the middle, and no one was there. So either,
there is a flag.
Not sure if that was for Burtonshaw or if Duncan was a little too early, but either way, it's going to be a hold on the Vandals. So the hold will bring him back 10.
Which is not what they need right now.
No. So it's like, oh, fireworks. The smoke's just getting to us now.
There are fireworks?
Yeah, after the touchdown. You missed it.
Clearly. Well, all right.
So 2nd and 20. Ball on their own 40-yard line instead of the Weiser 40-yard line. 10:53 to go in the ball game. Maddox Arnold, sophomore quarterback, hands it off, gives it to Leonard, and Leonard is absolutely brutalized all the way back to the 32-yard line, but forward progress says that he was down at the 40. So no gain, but a lot of pain for Leonard. 10.5 to go in the 4th. Big third down, long third down as it's 3rd and 30 now. Takes the snap. Arnold rolls, throws downfield over everybody. It's intercepted. Was he out of bounds though? And they're going to say that he was out of bounds on the reception. That pass was intended for Wyatt Lathrop, way over his head. And so at the 10-minute mark, it's 4th and 30, and the punt team for the Vandals is on the field. Down 34-13. You don't have a lot of time to keep punting back to this offense that's been on a roll. Good punt by Crossley. And that's taken by Scott at the 20. Scott gets tripped up as he makes his turn on the sideline. He was tripped up by Luke Howder. 9:49, that's what we've got left in this one. 34-13, the Wolverines in the lead. Looking ahead for these two teams, we mentioned we'll be back here next week as Weiser takes on Homedale. And McCall next week will be at Parma. Andrew Enders under center, hands it off. Near side, breaks free up the sideline and tripped up. But what a great run by Youngberg. Michael Youngberg, senior running back, gets across midfield. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. McCall's got 12 players on the field, and they had 12 players for that last play. And Weiser still got the first down. So the power play comes up empty for the Vandals, as now it's back to 11-on-11 football. Enders hands it off. Short gain for Caleb Grove. Makes it 2nd and 7. Clock continues to run. And at this point, this is right in Weiser's wheelhouse. Keep it on the ground, run the clock, don't get injured. I mean, if I'm Weiser, I am just taking off as much time as humanly possible here. The handoff coming on the near side, breaks free. And there's a flag on the field, finally pushed out of bounds. Nice run by Jaden Walker.
It looks like it will be a hold.
So it is a hold on Weiser. And to answer the question from the Weiser fans, it was a hold on Weiser, because they all said, what? So I assume they didn't hear the official.
It's because they're not mic'd up.
Something. So we got 1st and 3. Just under 9 to play. Another double reverse, and it goes to Scott. Scott, I was going to say he just had to outrun the lineman, but then all of a sudden Burtonshaw came out of nowhere at safety and put him down. Great run, though, for number 27, Maddox Stevens. At the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 8:40 on the clock. So as Malachi Scott turned the corner, he was trying to outrun Kyler Kundi, and he did until Burtonshaw made an appearance. 8:20 on the clock. Enders under center. Takes the snap, turns, looking to pass. Has a man in the end zone. Touchdown! From 15 yards out, a touchdown pass is good to Braden Walker, the senior. Makes it 40-13. So the PAT is good as well. 41-13, 8:10 left in this one. This one barring a miracle comeback. Weiser in control of this one. We'll take a quick break. Be right back on IdahoSports.com.
Dad knew how to cut a rug. And thanks to him, so did I. It's the same at Mountain West Bank. When it comes to banking, they guide me through every step. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
(41-13), that's our score here in Weiser. 8:10 left in the fourth quarter. There's the kick. And the ball goes into the end zone for the touchback. Griffin Good was right there, ready to run it back like he did in the second quarter. 96-yard return. The highlight of the first half there for Griffin Good and the McCall-Donnelly Vandals. It's been all Weiser here in the second half. The Wolverines led by 1 at halftime.
And that lead quickly grew just by Weiser's offensive stance that they took with 3 in the backfield. With a little screen pass. And it looks like a loss of about 1.
Wolverines have 4 touchdowns here in the second half, 2 in the third and 2 so far here in the fourth.
That catch was by TJ Leonard, and as I was saying before, their offensive stand. They have 3 people right in the backfield with them, with the quarterback, and they hand it off to any of them. They can have someone shift out to a throw. They can pitch it. It's almost unstoppable.
In the shotgun now. Arnold rolls to his left, throws, has a man downfield, is picked, and dropped out of bounds. In and out of the hands. Was that Cook? That looks to be number 6. Colin Cook, the sophomore. I think that would have been the final nail. He dropped it as he went out of bounds.
Here's something that I saw, though. There was a camera flash as it hit his hands. So no matter what, he's still going to have a very cool photo after.
Right there on the sidelines, huh?
Yeah, and no one's going to know that he didn't catch it.
That's true, huh? History's written by the winners. Yes. So we got 3rd and 11, ball in the 19, 7.5 to play. Arnold, dump pass, and a hard hit out of bounds by Leonard. Leonard was hit out of bounds, but got the yardage marker back between the sticks, but we're 3rd and about 7. And the Wolverines doing the Atlanta Braves / Kansas City Chiefs tomahawk chop. So that's 4th down. That's what I thought. It is 4th down. The marker says 3rd, and I'll be counting again. So a timeout called.
It looks like they tried to get Weiser to jump off sides and get that 1st down. Didn't work. I think Weiser had a single false start call this whole game, and it was in the first 30 seconds of the game.
So as the teams separate and huddle for the timeout. Take a look at this fantastic. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's like whack-a-mole, except it's whack-a-Wolverine. You saw his little head poke up. Prairie dogging it out there. All right, back on the field we go.
Is that the sound that they make?
I think it is. Beep.
I feel like it would be.
No, Wolverine is more like.
No, I mean
prairie dog.
Yeah. Tunnel rat.
We'll figure it out later.
All right.
So it is 4th down. High punt. Didn't go anywhere, and it's going to come right to the sideline. Stayed in bounds. Picked up by Weiser. He tried to make a break for it.
He got an extra 5.
So he gets to about the 40-yard line. Good heads-up play by Malachi Scott. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game when we'll announce the IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And make sure you follow us on our Instagram page, Twitter, and Facebook. But Instagram is where we kick out stories with the final scores from all the games we broadcast, as well as the players of the game. So you can see that. We'll be tagging the player of the game in as well. So make sure you check that out. Again, at Idaho Sports is where you do it. I thought you were going to do it that time. Under center, 1st and 10. Enders. No, excuse me, in at quarterback now is Cook. Called his name once before. Cook, the sophomore quarterback, getting some good reps in here with 6.5 left.
It looks like they're going straight back to that formation that split this game wide open. Well, look at this formation just for... Oh, they're in a different formation now. No, I can't tell.
They're right back to it. So Cook hands it off and brought down after about a yard gain. That was Caleb Grove again. Caleb Grove had a 4-yard rushing touchdown in the third quarter. So Braden Walker, Jaden Walker, Enders, Grove, and Spencer all have touchdowns. And Walker, that's Jaden Walker. He opened things up with a 1-yard rushing touchdown in the second for Weiser. Brings up, it's got to be close. They're going to give him the first down. Side judge is saying, hey guys, it's a first down. We need to move the chains, and I don't think anybody bothered to check. As we hit the 5-minute mark, and this one will be in the books, as it looks like Weiser will go into next week's game with an undefeated record. And McCall will drop to 0-2 in conference and 2-2 overall. 4:40 left. Again, Colin Cook in at quarterback, gives it to Grove. Grove runs into his own player as he tried to make a move to his right. Gets the first down and more, but he had a wide open lane before he ran into his own player, and the big guy says, dude, sorry, I was trying to make a block for you and ran into you. It was Herrera.
It happens.
It happens. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines as the clock continues to run. Time is on their side. Cook under center, takes a snap, keeps it himself. Tries to come to the left. Tackle made by Peyton Esplin, the sophomore. Gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9 to go. Trey Crockett comes off the field for the Wolverines. In comes number 78, Noah Irigoyen, the senior. Irigoyen, 5'7", 235. That's the guy you want on the line. Not going to let a lot past him. Again, 3.5 to play. Clock is running as Cook comes back in with the play. Got to be running short on the play clock, I would think. Haven't seen the white hat get the 5-second mark yet. Takes a snap. Another reverse coming the other way. Gets across the 10. And a flag at the end of a play, but a nice run by Hunter McClellan. McClellan, senior. Let's see what the flag was. And a face mask call on McCall. So right now it's 3rd and 4. Let's see where we end up. So just a 5-yard variety, but it does give them the first down. 1st and goal. It looks to be right at the 5-yard line for Weiser. 3:06 on the clock. Cook under center. Gives it to Grove. No, does not give it to Grove. Instead, hands it off to Carter Jensen, the junior. And that brings up 2nd and goal from the 8, so a 3-yard loss. As Jaden Walker comes back in. Ricky Kornick comes back to the sideline. 2.5 to play now. Clock is running. Cook under center. Back to pass. Going to the corner of the end zone. Has a man. Caught. Touchdown. Nice throw by Cook from 8 yards out. That one complete to number 21, Jaden Walker. And we finally have a Weiser Wolverine with 2 touchdowns.
It only took 6, 7? I believe that's 6. There it is. That's the Wolverine head that we were talking about.
Nice.
And they stopped the 2-point way back in the backfield.
So your score now, 2:19 left, 47-13 after the missed PAT. And that makes the 5th touchdown of the second half for Weiser. Jaden Walker accounts for 2 of them. Enders with a 1-yard rush. Maddox Stevens, 1-yard rush. Caleb Grove, a 4-yard rush. 53-yard touchdown pass to Spencer. 15-yard touchdown pass from Enders to Braden Walker. And then that 8-yard pass from Cook to Jaden Walker. That's where we get 47-13 now. Olsen set to kick. Big booming kick, my goodness. And that's going to be taken at the goal line. Burton Shaw tries to make a move, goes right up the middle of the field and gets just inside the 25. To 11 as McCall's offense comes back out on the field. Back in at quarterback is Maddox Arnold, the sophomore. 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line. Arnold in the shotgun. 1 receiver up top, 2 to his right. He hands it off. Coming up the middle, gets inside the 35-yard line. That's number 4, Griffin Good, the senior, as we hit the 2-minute mark. Got the first down, 1st and 10 now from the 36-yard line. Needed 10, got 10. Arnold takes a snap, hands it off again to Good. And Good able to pick up about 1, brings up 2nd down. Boy, in on that tackle, number 40, Weston Black for Weiser. Jack Tucker. Blake Moser comes off the field, the senior. Clock running, minute 15 now. This one is about to wrap up. Crosley way out up top. They're going to shift Burton Shaw and Good to the left side. Lathrop all by himself here at the 40-yard line. 38, close enough. Takes the snap. Hands it off, this time to TJ Leonard. Leonard breaks free, gets across midfield. And another first down for McCall with 48 seconds left. Clock stopped right at midfield, right in the middle of the big W.
And you have to give props to the quarterback on that play right there. He saw what the defense was doing and he adjusted. He put Cole Burtonshaw on that outside near that tight end position, and you saw him shift out and blocked a couple guys in the center.
You're right.
The quarterback adjusting him just opened up the center and allowed for more yardage.
And again, Maddox Arnold is a sophomore quarterback out there doing a heck of a job. 6 foot 150. Maybe has another inch or two in him. Good, comes to the right side. Another handoff to Leonard. Leonard picks up steam behind his blockers, and another first down. 7 seconds left. As he just ran right behind his blocker, number 53, Cooper Harvey. And the clock starts with 5 seconds left. I don't think they've got any timeouts. So this one's done, 47-13. The Wolverines remain undefeated by beating the Vandals 47-13 on their home field. We'll take a quick break and be back with our IdahoSports.com player of the game right after this.
High school sports teams are known for their unity. No matter what's happening on the field, they stick together. Players, coaches, students, parents. One big family. That's why Mountain West Bank is so proud to sponsor Idaho high school sports. Today, tomorrow, together.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Because you already give them something money can't buy. We'll help with everything else, no matter what life holds. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
All right, welcome back to Weiser. Again, your final score, 47-13. The Wolverines and McCall-Donnelly, their second loss on the season. Makes them 2-2, and Weiser moves on to be 6-0. One last thing for us to do, and that's to award the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. It was a short conversation, as our Player of the Game goes to, drumroll, the quarterback for Weiser, number 7, Andrew Enders. 1 rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns. But besides that, he did a great job distributing the football tonight, making those quick passes, making decisions on his feet. Did a great job back there at quarterback. And then on the defensive side, we saw him lay some hits as well. So both sides of the ball, Enders is the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Weiser. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank, as well as our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-wide Co-op, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and your local Toyota dealer. I want to give a big special thanks and a shout out to Athletic Director Tyler Grant here at Weiser and all of everyone else here for the hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations once again to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department, Mr. Andrew Enders, quarterback for Weiser. Thanks again for joining us tonight as the Wolverines defeat the Vandals 47-13 from our broadcast partner, Will the Thrill, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com. I'm merely Paul Kingsbury. Have a good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.